Hello, this is Ophelia Wilkerson, and I will be briefly discussing four leadership theories: contingency leadership theory, leadership continuum theory, path goal theory, and leadership substitute theory. Let's begin with contingency leadership theory. In 1951, Fred E. Fiedler developed the first situational leadership theory. His theories attempt to explain the appropriate leadership style based on the leader, followers, and situation. Mr. Fiedler suggests that you first need to determine the leadership style of the leader, then examine the three situational favorableness. The first favorableness was leader-member relations. Is it good or bad? The second favorableness is task structure. Is the task structured or unstructured? And the third favorableness is the position of power. Is the leader in a position of weak power or strong? Fiedler's contingency theory puts forth the idea that effective leadership hinges not only on the style used by the leader, but also on the control held over the situation. Fiedler's contingency theory helps to examine why a hard-working leader is ineffective in a particular job, no match of style to context. The theory's goal was to have the right effective leadership with the right leadership style, matching followers to have a positive outcome for your organization. Leadership continuum theory was developed by Robert Tannenbaum and Smits. They stated that leadership behavior is on a continuum from boss-centered to subordinate leadership. The focus is on who makes the decisions. Tannenbaum and Smith continuum theory shows the relationship between the level of freedom that a leader chooses to give a team and the level of authority used by the leader. The leader begins with an autocratic style where the leader makes the decisions and moves to a participative style where the followers participate in the decision made. What's interesting about this theory is that the team's freedom increases, so the leader's authority is decreasing. It's stated that leaders have to be careful in this leadership style because the leader has a responsibility to make sure that as you are giving your authority to your followers, that the job is being completed by the followers. Because at the end, the leader is held responsible for the success of the job. Path goal theory was developed by Robert House. His theory was based on motivational theories of goal setting and expectancy theory. The leader is responsible for increasing followers' motivation to obtain personal and organizational goals. Mr. House believed motivation is increased by clarifying the follower's path to the rewards that are available or increase the rewards that the follower values and desires. His theory specified the number of situational moderators of the relationship between task and person-oriented leadership and their effects. House attempted to explain how the behavior of a leader influences the performance and satisfaction of the followers. Mr. House believed that as you motivate a follower, they would increase their performance because their motivational needs were being met. Whether it would be an intrinsic reward or an extrinsic reward, as long as the follower feels as though they are being treated fairly and they are making adequate progress in reaching their goals. In summary, Mr. House theory suggests that an effective leader has an ability to motivate their followers to obtain their goals, securing a positive outcome for the organization. Substitute leadership theory. Steve Carr and John Jameer developed substitute leadership theory. They argued that certain situational variables prevent leaders from affecting subordinates, followers' attitudes, and behaviors. Substitutes for leadership theory include three characteristics. 1. The characteristics of the subordinate, which include their abilities, knowledge, experience, and training. 2. Characteristics of the task, clarity and routine, provisions of feedback. And 3. Characteristics of the organization, explicit plans, rules, goals, and procedures. As noted, this form of leadership theory, followers are tightly knit, and they usually have cohesive work groups. Here are two situations where a leader may not be necessary. Followers are highly skilled in their jobs, and they may not have a leader because their leader may not possess knowledge of their job performance, so the leader would be ineffective. And two, the leader may be at another location other than where followers are located. Path goal theory implementation at my school. I will be using the path goal theory to implement goals with a group of teachers in a committee to decrease inappropriate behaviors, specifically during recess, lunch, and in the hallways. When I meet with the representatives from each grade group, I will help develop an action plan using the SMART model, which includes using specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based initiatives. During our first action plan meeting, I plan to discuss rewards that have been expressed by the team last year, like extra pay as an extrinsic motivation and rewards, and others want intrinsic rewards to motivate them to be successful. I will then make sure that the representative from the grade groups has all the materials necessary to achieve their goals, which may include behavior sheets, check-in and check-outs, and latest trends in behavioral interventions. We will then create a schedule discussing times and dates to collaborate. During our meetings, we will give feedback and make necessary adjustments to achieve progress towards our goals. As a leader, throughout this process, I will be motivating the staff and making changes to situations to support the team when needed. I will be examining and monitoring the motivations given to the followers, noting when I need to increase the motivation that the representatives value. At the end of the time frame, I will meet with the team again to see if they met their goals and reward them as what we had agreed upon in the action plan. In closing, according to the text, path goal theory is a complicated method. There are many concerns with this approach. However, this approach has made many contributions to new theories today. I believe I can implement this plan effectively as a leader in my school because I think that students, teachers, staff, and leadership can benefit. I have considered my leadership style and the followers, and I will be able to observe the components involved like leadership styles, characteristics of followers, characteristics of the situation, and characteristics of the organization to motivate followers to achieve our school's goal. I believe that using the path goal theory is a win-win for all stakeholders. Please see the following page for references